Welcome back. Now, it's often said that having the right DJ at your wedding might just be all you need to maintain the right energy. I remember my DJ at our wedding, and there was a particular song I wanted to hear before I walked down the aisle. It was unconventional, but he pulled it off, and he put me in the right frame of mind. Have you ever considered what it takes to get to that level where you're able to encourage the crowd to keep dancing on the dance floor? Or we're going to find out from DJ Mobi, who's right here on the couch with us. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
So, yeah, that's DJ Mobi. I was waiting for the camera to swing over to him so you'd see what I'm seeing. He doesn't exactly look like a DJ, does he? In fact, it looks like you're about to go resume at a bank this morning.
I mean, DJing is business, so I have to look the part.
All right. Now, looking the part, especially as a wedding DJ, I guess that must have changed over the years.
Yeah, it has. So I've experienced, or I've had the experience of walking into wedding venues or event venues, and then my client or people around walk up to me and say, "Oh, who's the DJ?" And I'm like, "I'm the DJ." And they're like, "You don't look like the DJ." And I'm like, "Okay, so how is a DJ supposed to look?" And then when I go on stage and I do what I do, at the end of the event, everybody's like, "Okay, wow, that guy is really good." So I think there's a stereotype, and I'm trying to change that. DJing for me is business, you know. So I have to be mindful of the way I portray myself as a business person, you know, so that I can get into the right places, have the right conversations, and get the right results.
I'm interested in your line of thought, the right conversations. What are the right conversations for you? Maybe you're planning an event, a wedding. What are the right conversations you, as a DJ, expect to hear with your clients?
So over the years, there's the stereotype that DJs are not serious people. So when you have even monetary conversations, there's always the conversation like, is it not just a DJ? You know, but there's more to DJing than, you know, just standing behind the wheels and mixing one or two songs together. There's the part where you have to know there's a psychological part. You have to look at the crowd and know what they want at each point in time. There's the part where you have to understand how the money makes the business works. You know, there's the part where you have to understand that this is not, especially for you know, the different events, depending on what it is. This is not just play music, it's a lifetime experience. So I have to understand what it takes to make them have an unforgettable moment.
All right, so if I'm calling you as a DJ, what do I expect your JD, your job description to actually be? What exactly are you adding to each event?
So when I walk into each event, I look at making it hard for you to forget the experience you're going to have that day. So it's not just going to be the regular kind of, it's not just the music. Like I pride in being able to carry everybody along. So whatever you want to hear, because it's a cross section of ages. I consider that too. So I have to look at the age group, you know, and play what suits them, and then take them back and forth. Because that's like my strong point. I take them back and forth within the era, but I make sure the goal is to make sure that everybody lives happy.
I want to touch on that word goals now. Because the way you look today, as I did say earlier on, it looks like you're about to go resume at the office. I have a feeling you probably had some other goals or dreams in mind beforehand, before you decided, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. So
I'm a graduate of Hospitality and Tourism Management in Imo State University. And I was because that was actually what I wanted to study.
You wanted to study?
Yeah, that was actually what I wanted to study. That's Hospitality and Tourism Management. And then over the years, when I graduated and I joined the hospitality industry, I discovered that there was more to hospitality than just, you know, waiting tables or working in a hotel. It's a broad spectrum. You know, and there was also the parts where I had to consider the monetary aspect of it, but then the ultimate goal for me was to make sure that I am happy. And I discovered that I found that in music, and in standing behind the deck and making people happy. And at some point I was like, why don't I move over and do this full time and see what gives. And so far it's been an amazing journey. Yeah.
So it worked. It worked out.
Yes, it did.
So there's someone watching right now, a young person watching, or maybe even a parent of a future disc jockey watching. What do you think those elements are that made it work for you?
Persistence, believe in myself, and just understanding that DJing is not people think DJing is a hobby, but it's beyond that. DJing is a business, just like every other business, and it's one that, if taken seriously, will definitely put you on the right pedestal. I think I have conversations with people, and the outcome most times sounds like, at first, the first impression is like, oh, DJs are not serious people. See the way they dress. Like I walked in and you had the same impression. So I want people to look like the image I'm trying to sell is DJing is not just music. It's a business, and it's one that can change your life. You just need to understand how the business side works, and work around it. And I'm sure
it feels like, from where this conversation is, it feels like there's a project or something you're working on.
Actually, the goal for me is to build a wedding DJ brand, one that is recognizable wherever. And that, for me, is the ultimate project right now. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to push that image, and I'm sure that certainly, definitely we'll get there.
So if I wanted to learn, for instance, DJing, if I wanted to go the extra mile, where do you think I should start?
Love for music first. You have to love music. You have to appreciate, because this is the distinguishing factor. Your love for music is what would separate you. It's your biggest selling point. That will separate you from other DJs.
So, I already love music. Some people sing in the shower. Some people are singing, while they're driving to work.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some mathematical equations and some very digital, some very complicated stuff I need to learn. It feels hard.
The thing is, there's the parts where you have to learn to mix, but it's all in the head. You have to understand the music. You have to understand, you have to love and appreciate the music to be able to know what goes with what will be able to move Mr. A and not move Mr. B, or move Mr. A and Mr. B together. The love for the music will help you. And then you have to feel the music too. Because if you don't love music, you don't feel it. You cannot give what you don't have. So first you have to love the music, you have to be able to appreciate the music, and then eventually it goes outward and people get to enjoy what you're doing. Yes.
VDJ Mobi, it's been a pleasure. I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing you on the Wheels of Steel at an event sometime soon, and I'll be looking forward to it.
Same here.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Wow. There's so much to that world. So many don't understand, but you've given us a little insight. We have Mary standing by in the kitchen with our chef for the day.